Good morning, folks. Welcome to Wednesday. I do have it set up such that my ad runs right away, really before I expect anyone to be here. I don't know if anyone gets to hear this intro part. I guess maybe I know some of my friends do use the VODs for background noise later. So if you're wondering why there's about to be a very long pause in this recording, it is because the initial ad will be rolling so that when everyone actually arrives, they will not have to be part of that ad break. Um, and yeah, we'll get back to it soon. Welcome to Wednesday. Let's see. I'll swap you right over to the WoW playing. Suppose I shouldn't say too much about what I am doing, to be honest. Because folks who are gone for the ad break right now. Although it's not telling me that the ad break's going on, so like, I don't know. I don't know. It was saying like ad break in 30 seconds, and then now it doesn't say there's an ad. I don't know what's going on. But let's see. My plan for today. Well, so looking in here, I feel kind of overwhelmed by the amount of stuff in this quest log. So, I thought we'd work through it. Of course, I did put co-working on weeklies or dailies in the stream title. So I will take a look at some of these ones that are marked weekly first. And then if we end up needing to do anything else, we will. I do see that the ad is now going on for 3 minutes. So I'll just keep myself company. Anybody who pops in is going to be seeing. Having a hard time deciding like where OBS should be in the grand scheme, but I think I've got it in a good spot. That's the last thing I need to do is make sure that my Discord is good in case for some reason that I need to look at it. I feel like I figured this out last week. This week I gave up on it being where it needs to be, I guess. Y'all can't see, like, what I'm setting up, but I'm moving things around. I thought I had it the way I wanted it to, and then, you know, we got here, and I realized, no, I don't have it the way I wanted. Uncle says her sub lapsed. You're trapped in an ad. Well, can you hit the Prime subscription redo thing? I think if you re-up the sub and then refresh, I assume it will let you go out. But I guess I don't know the answer to that. I was gonna say I've never been subbed to anyone on Twitch before. That's not true. I've gotten like free gift subs to people before. But I have never like had Prime to subscribe with. And I have, you know, like I've never actually paid for the sub. I've just been gifted them, so I'm not sure. Incidentally, speaking of Prime, welcome back from the ads. I have just realized that I was replying to everything you were saying verbally, Songvale. So I was providing advice, and telling you about my experience with subbing or not subbing, but yeah, of course you couldn't hear any of it. Welcome. Speaking of Prime, by the way, I found the Sheep movie I sent you the link to yesterday because I was trying to see if a movie was still in theaters. But apparently Project Hail Mary is a good, positive sci-fi movie that may or may not be available just on Amazon Prime. It's no longer at the Hood River movie theater. And I was thinking we should look into that too. Hungo says she was cruelly denied the sound of my voice. I should go back to thinking about, like, if I should do a different voice for Twitch streaming. Maybe I should just have streams where sometimes I just do a voice. And we just see. Obviously, the most obvious voice is the voice that I use when I am pretending to be Dusk Harbor or like Skullduggery Pleasant or something. I think that's the only voice that really like comes to mind. I think there's like a notification or something flickering at the top of the Twitch chat log, because it keeps catching my eye out of the corner of my vision, and I keep looking over, but nothing has changed, and I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, we're gonna go postal. I have to figure out how to go postal. The one thing so I'm playing on controller, if you're wondering, anybody why my mouse doesn't move and weird things get activated and stuff. I guess, like, you probably just would assume I'm not a clicker then, to be honest. But, wow. You can tell I'm sleep deprived today. My train of thought is just gone. The one failure of my controller keybinds is that I don't have middle mouse click, which is my main ground mount, and that's not ideal. Let's see. Sungo says, unfortunately, it's just available to rent or buy, but not just watch. Shoot. How much is the rental? Which, like, is not a thing I'm usually keen on doing, but if the movie is worth watching and you would enjoy watching it, a rental, you know, might make more sense than 2 movie tickets and a drive out to the major city near us. Dongle says she's making coffee in my honor, and because her brain is telling her it's going to take retribution soon if she doesn't. Rental is $20. Oh, gosh. Okay, I mean, granted, that's still cheaper than the trip to the movie theater, but the movie theater is like a whole experience. I will find the movie somewhere else. It also is a really hot movie right now. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I was talking to Jacob and Danny about Pokemon XP stuff, and they were recommending that I check it out. The Sheep Detective movie looks extremely cute, but I'm also worried that it will be extremely sad. Like, it looks like one of those movies that's super heartwarming and charming and, like, feels very safe, so you get, like, all emotionally in, and then something sad happens, and it just destroys you. So I'm a little afraid of the Sheep Detective movie, but it looks so wholesome. Where does the post office thing start from? I'm not sure. Route selected. Okay. Oh my gosh, the Minnesotans are here. Disclaimer for people who don't know, I'm from Minnesota. I really don't like the, like, stereotypical, like, Minnesota accent, and usually the behavior comes off to me as, like, super stupid. So I'm really not a fan of the Niffins because they lean into both those things very hard and, you know, remind me of things I don't like.
Every brick tells a story.
So I'm not keen on the Niffin being here. Good morning, Photon Debugger. Thank you for including Songvale. Songvale says she hasn't done the post office quest yet, but she picked it up in Silver Moon. Yeah, that's where I got it. We will give up momentarily and solve a riddle instead. Below Forest Deck, secret straw-floored rider's nook. Seek the wheelbarrow. Good luck.
Build to your dreams.
Below Forest's Edge. Was that what they said? Wow, my short-term memory is, like, really, really bad right now. Below Forest Deck. Okay. I feel like there's, like, an overhang place at the edge of the woods. So we'll go run through this edge of the woods area. I was looking at some of the new housing stuff on the shop, and like, oh, if I was playing WoW right now, like loads, Blizzard would be so rich. I love a lot of the housing stuff that is on the shop right now, but they are like not being shy about the prices. There is a new house exterior that I really like. It is $75. Songwell says she has just read the blurb for Project Hail Mary and she was completely wrong about the movies out. I was told to watch it as blind as possible and especially to not watch the trailer because I guess the trailer like spoils the ending or something. So I am probably less familiar than you of what the movie is about. Now. Fungo says she's betting housing decor is a huge part of their strategy to try and reach the unreachable profit margins that Microsoft demands. Yeah, I bet. And, like, I hope it works. And to be honest, like, more than I'm angry that it's expensive, where I'm at is that I just wish I was into it. I will say that I appreciate, so playing Pokemon Champions the last couple of days has once again, like, greatly reduced my amount of scroll. Because I'm busy playing anime monster chess. You know, so hopefully that continues to just foster, like, what do I do with my time? Well, instead of going to, like, reddit.com, I pick up... Oh boy, guys. My brain just stops periodically. I have been picking up the Switch 2 next to me. Which, you know, I had gotten to a point where I was like, is it dumb that I have this on the table next to me? Because I don't think I've picked it up since I put it there. And I'm happy to say that after years, not years, after weeks of it not being relevant, that it's there. It is, in fact, becoming something that I pick up and use. Is this the forest deck? I feel like this is what I was thinking of when I thought of forest deck. Below forest deck, secret straw-floored writer's nook. WoW does have housing. It is brand new. I am in the housing neighborhood right now. And actually it is flipping incredible, like, what they allow you to do. I don't have the most amazing house. But some people just... It's unreal what people have been able to create in World of Warcraft housing. Incidentally, this is... Oopsie. This is Songvale's house. It is not super decorated at the moment. Songvale, can we go in your house? Anime monster chess sounds like an anime premise, to be honest. Oh yeah, it definitely exists. There was like a short mini-series of Yu-Gi-Oh! That was very anime monster chess. Songvale says, yes, but this one is undecorated. I should go on the Alliance one instead. Is this... Oh, you put even, like, Kalarian's desk in the Alliance one, right? Okay, we'll go over to mine. I think there's a little bit of... Although yours is more impressive. We will do that after we solve this writer's nook situation. We are looking for a deck. In the forest. feel like there's no way there's a deck under this. Unless it's like a cave. I don't think so. Okay, I have some thoughts as somebody who enjoys shooting archery. This is cool. But also, how are you supposed to go get, I guess based on these things that are next to me, it's javelins actually, but like how are you supposed to go get those? I guess it's just always a swimming endeavor. I don't know where this forest deck is. Keep activating the keyboard by accident. This is the only deck I can think of, and I just am not seeing a straw-covered... Oh, wait, is it this? No, nothing behind the waterfall. Will says it's a multi-pronged athletic challenge, and Photon says triathlon practice. I guess, honestly, that's fair. Forest deck. Straw-covered writing nook below. Boy. I really did not expect this to be this difficult. Here? Nope. Gotta find the right deck. Songwell says, it seems like something trolls and also elven rangers would do. Yeah, you're right. I guess I always think like, oh, being soaking wet would be really annoying, but to be honest, like that could be cultural, or just like the kind of clothing that we're wearing. I really feel like if you're wearing the right clothes, it's actually not an issue to like get really wet. So that could be a me issue. Bungle says she realizes that sounds like she's saying rangers are the most troll-like elves, and I guess we all just have to live with that being true. Yeah. I think if you said that to an elven ranger, though, you might regret it. Elven ranger be like, alright, fight me. Let's find out who's an oaf. It's me or you. Bet it's you. Ooh, is this it? Forest deck. Forest deck, alright. Did say below, so maybe it's under this. If you thought controlling flying on touchpad was difficult, get ready for touchpad on a controller. I have no idea. I assume there's just a deck that, like, I'm missing. Oh, you know what? You're right. This helps a lot because I'm thinking I have to hold down both mouse buttons and the trackpad, but since, like, the trackpad is right mouse, I feel like I've learned this before. Thank you for reminding me of that. This is much better. Alright, well, we might have to call this one, as me flying around in circles is not achieving very much. Maybe we'll go explore Sungul's house. We'll check out mine first. I just built, like, literally a studio apartment in a giant building. Because I think when I started building, I, like, only had access to one room or something. But yeah. Alright, so welcome to my house. So you get to place tons of stuff. And it's really granular. Like, what you're allowed to place is extremely granular. So, for instance, if I wanted to place this awesome Farstrider Glory statue, like, I can place it like this. I can turn it around. I do want this statue, actually. This is a cool statue. Let's see. I think the statue goes over here. So you can place items that you've collected, you can grow and you can shrink them, you can make them bigger. Rotate, move, scale. I can make it zoom out. I can make it really big. I can make it extremely small. So they have all kinds of very impressive granularity. I don't have that much. I haven't done a good job of collecting stuff. But as you can see, oh right, I could put my spring blossom trees out. And it still has all, like, the shadow and stuff reactions, so, like, it's still creating the shadows and stuff, which I realize seems like it should be a given, but I also understand why, like, from a technical standpoint, that's not necessarily a super easy thing to do. Gotta get my chair. Can I sit in my chair? Gotta leave edit mode. Yes, good. That looks so comfortable. Look at how big the pillows are. Like little cozy nook. Sungwell says that I should have put the statue with the archer. Not should have, but I could have. Put it in front of my house with the arrow aimed towards visitors coming in the gate, and I think that would be very funny. Alright, so here's the house. You can't necessarily, like, well, So people do, like, use fence posts and wooden beams and stuff to make new appearances for their house. The way that they have this going is, like, it's different structures that you can attach. So it's not super detailed, but it is cool. However, plenty of people just basically put other furniture items around this to give themselves a different appearance. Maybe we'll fly around and see if anybody in this neighborhood has really impressive houses. Like, very unique builds. I love this loading screen. I think it's super beautiful. I want to be able to paint like that. So this is, again, you can place things with, like, super big granularity. And maybe that's not a huge deal in 2026, but I haven't played a lot of decorating games where it's not, like, on a very, very set grid, like really old Sims games. So I find this one super impressive. Come in. I've got a chicken coop. I've got this little table area with some books. Over here we got a kitchen so we can cook. Got my whole pantry. And I want to get a bunch of, like, the little food items and bowls and stuff so that I can put all of them on the shelves. And then here we got a little workspace by another fireplace. And if you go behind this panel, I've got my room. And a little lamp on a book. And a nice looking bed. Songwell says, help her. Remember, she really needs to look into the cooking decor. She keeps forgetting it exists. Don't do that. We are in the same Alliance neighborhood as well together, right, Songville? I'm pretty sure we are. I need to learn to, like, not put a description of what we're gonna do in the title of the video. Simply because I'm always wrong. You know? I'm like, oh, we're gonna do weeklies. We don't do weeklies. Oh, we're gonna get to Liyue. We don't go to Liyue. Like, or we're gonna get to Inazuma. We don't get to Inazuma. We're gonna finish Liyue. We don't finish Liyue. Like, what I have learned is that I am not prepared to title my work until I am done. Kotan says, wow, I'm always wrong. This is another one of my houses, so I've added these big apple trees. I wanted the trees to be big, but since it scaled the whole thing, look at the size of the apples. The apples are the size of ponies. Songwell says that she thinks the fact that I've gotten Inazuma wrong for weeks is very funny. Yeah, I don't think I noticed when I scaled those trees how big the apples were. I don't think I decorated in this one at all yet. I think it's just an empty room. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Yeah. Well, I've put in one fireplace. And then I think I made a wall out of these boxes to put another fireplace and a bed. So, you know, it's definitely... Oh, I put some crates here. They look very nice. It's definitely mid-move-in. Songwell says, I could have titled this stream Sleep Deprived, whatever. I feel like I sound sleep deprived too. I couldn't sleep. I'm on one of my can't sleep streaks. This is like day 5, but yesterday was particularly egregious. I think I was up till like 2 something, but also starting at like 1 in the morning, I had this very emotional conversation about some parental relationship issues with a friend of mine who lives in Europe. And it was good to process that. I feel like I solidified or gained new understanding of why the situation bothers me so much. And also just experienced validation. I wanted to talk to someone about it who, like, wouldn't just say... Who wouldn't be invalidating in terms of, like, yeah, but you have to just ignore that or whatever. Because I don't feel like that's true, but I also didn't want to talk to somebody who would just be like, everything you're doing is fine. So I picked somebody who has, like, a great relationship with their parents, but also, like, is thoughtful about relationships. And so she did have a lot of good things to say, but I couldn't sleep, and then I had, like, a big emotional moment at, like, 1:30 in the morning. So I'm very tired right now. Botan says I definitely sound tired. Oh, thank you. She couldn't sleep well either. But understands that, yeah, sometimes you just need some nuanced opinions. Yeah. And it's not that I don't, like, I've talked about the situation with Songvale, before. It's not that I didn't, it was more that it was just, like, it's like, the truth of it is I wanted more conversations about it with more people. Is that is how I process things. Songvale says my stack of tables is an interesting inclusion. It was a wall. Where are we going? Oh, right, Songvale's house. Also, here is the postmaster, so I guess we could do it here. But we're gonna go see Songvale's house first. Botan says multiple opinions help you come to conclusions, I guess. Yeah. Like, I feel like different people focus on different minutia of the situation. And that helps me gain a more complicated understanding of it and my feelings and what I'm going to do in reaction to the situation. But I'm being intentionally vague because, you know, I don't need to get into that on a stream that I will keep a VOD up of, but yeah, suffice it to say, even less restful than a normal overnight where I have some trouble getting to sleep. And then I, like, wake up in the morning, and today I actually am tired enough where I am experiencing, like, a tiredness headache and stuff like that. But when I'm on one of these, like, insomnia streaks, a lot of times what happens is I can, like, kind of tell that I'm less coordinated, or, like, that I make a lot of weird oversight mistakes. But I don't have, like, the tiredness, sleep deprivation headache that I usually have if I, like, don't get enough sleep, and get woken up in the morning. I do right now. But what's annoying about these times is, like, I'll have a really hard time falling asleep, and then I'll wake up in the morning, usually earlier than I generally do, and certainly than I need to, and I won't be able to go back to sleep. And that is brutal, so I can't even, like, sleep in to offset it. But today, I honestly feel like I could have slept in, but I was like, I have to get up, or I will not do WoWensday. So, we're here, we're doing WoWensday. We got a local staring at you. Oh. Embarrassed that I caught him. This is Songvale's, one of Songvale's houses. Coming in on the walk. This little gazebo is for our mutual favorite, Hilarion. So all of this stuff is independently placed. So there's the chair, the table, the book. You can put individual books on. Like, each of these shelves is a surface that you could put things on. Same thing here, where it's like this bench is being used as a table, which was placed on a bar. This tea set is here. Like, the granularity of all the, like, doodads and knickknacks you can place is just crazy to me as somebody who, like, grew up playing The Sims, where everything is just very set. So, like, you have to just find an item that has all the details you want. The fact that you can, like, build them all is incredible. There also are lots of people who, like, use random objects, like these beams and stuff to build things. I saw somebody who, used, I don't know, it was like 65 different individual pieces, but they made a grand piano, and it looked amazing. Songvale says that she also had added seat cushions on one of the chairs, so it would be red like the other one, because only some of the items can be red-dyed. Or re-dyed, yeah. Like, so it's just incredible to me, all the detail. This is an item, this is an item, this is an item, this is an item. you know, this is an item that you could cover in more stuff. This is an item. Like, there's just so much detail, and I am very, very impressed. I love this. All these pillows also placed on a couch item. And that's what really gets me. Photon says, yeah, people's ingenuity with the stuff is absolutely crazy, yeah. They actually did a tie-in with Zillow, like the housing, like the real world buy a house website, which was really funny. But they had some incredible houses, like quote-unquote listed for sale on it. People are insane. I've also been recommended some different like content creators where like their thing is housing building, and it's like the things people have made are amazing. This is literally a bathroom with a little curtain. That's cool. And the bathtub is like near the fire, so it wouldn't be like ridiculously cold. That's very wise. Alright, we got a hallway. Samuel says she spent a lot of time arranging the angles of the pillows. It paid off. They look great. Don't forget the loft in the main room. Oh, we'll go back. Oh, here's the bed. So we got a bed. This bed would stress me out because I like cozy up next to a wall, like leaning in like a big L of pillows, but like it needs structure. My stuff would be falling off the bed all the time. This would just not work for me as a bed shape. Got a little reading nook you can turn the light on and off with. The candle out. Chest. Dresser. Turn the candle back on. Songwell says that stairwell where we're just in comes prefabricated, but this loft she built by painstakingly placing beams. So all of these beams are the stairs that she made. Then she put in a fence and all of this up here. So this is a big room, and then she just added all of this. Yeah, like, that's the thing, like, between people's ingenuity, but then, also, like, they made the tools and the items that you could get so robust that, like, I didn't remember that initially, that, like, this is something that she just put together with random stuff. So it's a really incredible system. They did a phenomenal job, and that's why it's like if I was actively playing WoW and using my house a lot, I totally could see being at a point in my life where I'm like, I'm gonna drop $100 a month on items for my virtual house. We have a nice stonework fireplace here. It has a secret behind it. We're gonna go the other way though. Or no, does it? Yes. So one of these bookshelves moves. But right now, there's nothing back here. Songbell says that her Twitch mega crashed for her, but she is back. Welcome back. Sorry it mega crashed for you. I have no idea why. Songbell says that the reason there is nothing back there is that she doesn't have enough house points to do that. So in World of Warcraft, you like level up your house by collecting decor and doing other things. And then the higher the level of your house, the more rooms you can have, as well as the more like styles of room get unlocked. But this is so the outside, the same character that the gazebo outside is for. This is his office. Got this lovely writing area. He needs knickknacks. We gotta collect you some knickknacks. We got another candelabra that we can turn the lights on and off on. I just think that's so cool. Like, great roleplay stuff. Like, I wish I was doing in-game roleplay with people like a big group of people that I was really into, because I have to say, just housing must be, it feels like it should be such a renaissance moment for roleplay opportunities. We got this, so this is actually like a little nook area, similar to the one with the bookshelf over there, but then using benches, more individually placeable pillows, and these windows, or sorry, I think these are mirrors with then like trellises placed in front of them. It adds this like window seat vibe. I can see you did even more of them. Super cool. Here's his desk. Is this two different desks like placed together? I think it is. So this one's scaled to be a little bigger and this one's scaled to be a little smaller. Little workspace and more tea for him, of course. Tonguel confirms, yep, that's two different desks. And stonework beams in between to make the windows. Oh, okay, yeah, there's the beam right there and the beam right there. He says this is a rug that was turned sideways. You know what? There's a lot of tapestry rugs that I think are beautiful too. This lovely area is for my ferret that passed away in December. Her name was Sakura. Got a little pet bed down there. Candles and some flowers. Getting sad. I'm tired. So that's apparently really easy to be sad right now. Photon says, oh, Sakura passed away. She did, yeah. I thought she had the flu. And sudden heart failure. She was totally fine on Saturday, and by the end of Sunday, she had passed away. That happened back in December. But, yeah. It happens with ferrets fast. I misunderstood what was going on. Because they can get human respiratory illnesses, and I had had the flu earlier that week, and so I was like, oh shoot, I passed the flu, because like what she was doing was like, she was just having a little bit of like kind of wet breathing, and she was just kind of sluggish. She'd walk around and she'd flop down, but she had a really strong appetite, and usually if things are bad for ferrets, they don't want to eat anymore. And so anyway, so that was all on Sunday, and the reality is I also live in a rural area, and ferrets have to see like exotic vets. So there really wasn't, and most emergency clinics, like, they have an exotic vet, but like, A, you don't actually know how great they are, and B, like, exotics vet covers so many things. Like, an exotic vet, you're certified or licensed as an exotic vet, but it might be the case that, like, your focus is actually turtles or birds or ferrets, and like these are all very diverse animals. So we were 2 hours away from medical help on a Sunday, and I was like, oh, she's sick but she's eating, so like we're fine. And by the evening it became clear she was not fine. So Photon says she has a friend with a bunny who passed away last week. That's tough. But yeah. I hope that she was okay. Or like not suffering. Let's go back, since we found the post office NPC in this neighborhood. We'll do the going postal quest here, even though that's not where the neighborhood this character lives in. I think it's account bound, right? Yeah, this is the warband icon, so we can do it on any of the characters, and they all get credit, but we can only do it once across all our characters. So pros and cons. But yeah, I'm just really impressed by the density of, like, placeable items and the scalability, and then also World of Warcraft's art team, as ever, just completely nailing it, such that, like, everything looks detailed and has these really rich colors, but it all goes together. And I think that's also what I find to be really impressive. Like, you can place anything by anything, and for the most part, it just looks really good. Songwell says she'll be right back. She's gonna pour her coffee. Alright, see you in a bit. Oh, he fixed it. I thought he was, like, the one causing, like, pulling up the stones, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? No. We'll fix a few more.
What brings you here?
Alright, there's so much mail yet to be delivered. Would you possibly consider picking up a route? I would lend you the use of a very capable postal steed. Alright. Let's try the Ridge and Hollow route.
Farewell.
Ooh. The running thing. Oh, it's like dragon riding, but on the ground. That's fun. I'm a little surprised we're not on the road. But I guess it happens. I love the way this letter swirl looks. Doom. Doom. Fastest mail route ever. Did y'all see that? Oh no. Shoot. I opened the on-screen keyboard by accident, which you guys don't get to see, but it is very annoying when it happens, I promise you. Amazon is doing 30-minute deliveries now in some cities. Future is truly now. Order whatever you want direct to your house in 30 minutes. I think it has to do with, like, common products and, like, things they're actually gonna have stocked in the, Oh, they are actually races. Cool. It's things like that get ordered frequently that will be located in, like, special locations near major cities. Songwell says, man, those people across the street from my friend's house in Salem are gonna get the Prime van out there more than once a week now. Or more than once a day, I mean. Oh my goodness. Songwell says she really wants him to come out with dragon riding like mechanic for ground mounts. More variability and skill in ground mount riding. She doesn't know if this is exactly what she wants, but something where she can vary between the walk, trot, canter, and gallop based on what I do. Yeah, I would really like dynamic flight type mechanics for the ground. I think they did do that in the patch with Undermine. They had like a car system that actually was, that was like that, but they haven't taken it out of the, like, special vehicle that was just for using an Undermine. Photon Debugger says not racism, and I don't know what that's related to. I'm assuming that I misspoke at one point, instead of racing said racism. I'm sorry. I can literally feel that my mouth will not move as fast as it usually will right now. Like, it reminds me of the feeling of, like, dragging your legs where you're trying to go faster, but your whole body's like, ugh. My mouth feels like that right now. Longwell says she heard about the car thing and she never tried it. She wondered how it was received. Well, from the people that I heard about it from, it was very well received. People liked, I forget what it was called, but it was some kind of, like, hot rod thing in Undermine. And I do recall it being quite popular, but they just haven't elected to bring it forward. Photon Debugger says, "Oh yeah, I misheard, or I misspoke. My apology. My tongue is very tired right now. You're a lifesaver, and we're certain none of those letters or packages ended up in a ditch somewhere, right? All right. I think probably the correct choice is this one. But this is the one to buy stuff, and I'm not doing content right now, so I don't feel like I need to upgrade my gear, so we're gonna do this. Essence of lumber. Interesting. You'd think it would be like essence of trees. Longbow redeemed hydration alert.
Until next time.
Alright, we're drinking. Everybody drink. We got that caffeinated, bitter, creamy water. Oh, yeah. Pongville, angry faces at me. I am willing to go get water. My question is, there's an ad break in 14 minutes. Could we try to hold out on the bathroom and water situation until then? Or should we go now? Gungo wants me to go now. Okay, we're gonna pause. I'll be right back. And I will get something to drink. I don't know if this is gonna work, guys. I am so sluggish. Like, I don't know if I've ever been able to notice how tired I am as acutely as I am right now. Sango says, this way I can get even more water at the ad break. Oh, I see. That's your machination. Alright. I will return. Hang tight. Hang tight. Sorry for the microphone noise. I tried to do something and it turned out to be very inelegant. Might be wondering, why did it take Songvale? Sorry, not Songvale. Why did it take Starsworn so long to walk less than 15 feet to the kitchen to get some water and come back? And I'll tell you the answer. The answer, I think, is because we were talking about going to the bathroom. So actually, that's what I went and did. But I did remember at the end to get the water. So I'm back. I have water. I had some to drink. I'm very tired. Songville says, why is the music so scary here? What are the ethereals doing to the neighborhood? I don't know. It's probably not wholesome. Very patable. Do you mean me? I'm tired, so I'm very patable. Yes, me. Okay. Well, generally I do not want to be regarded as cute, but I'm actually like sitting up and I feel like I'm starting to doze off. Like, I don't know. This is not good. I have to go to work later. Photon Debugger says we gotta call the HOA. Remove the void incursion. Alright, here's another riddle. Let's see if we can solve the riddle. Songwell says she loves the progression of the animation on the fence fixing. First one's fixing it. Next one's, okay, this is kind of annoying. The third one is, oh my god, fix it. Songwell says fixing it. I said fixing it. Be fixed, dang it. Here, I'll find another one so that Photon Debugger can watch again if she so wishes. Here we go, you ready? I'm having some difficulty positioning the camera. Fix. Fix. Oh my god, fix. Ah. Alright. We did it. Let's try to solve another riddle. Yeah. Super fix, yeah.
Always begin with intention.
Alright. Below autumn soil, gargled seaweed and dead fish. Stone mouth drinks the sea. Good luck.
Art is never truly
Below autumn what? Autumn soil, gargled seaweed and dead fish. Stone mouth drinks the sea. I think it will be somewhere around here. Songwell says also it's weird that you can fix a cracked beam by hitting it with a hammer over and over. I mean, if you just get rid of the beam, then it's not broken anymore because it's not there. Follow me for more winning strats. Where's the area with the golden oaks? I think it's gonna be in the golden oak area. Near the ocean. Yep. We did it. See, this one was easy. What just happened? Oh, I accidentally activated my, prevent damage buff. I cursed it, yeah. No one else can come in here. We got a small wooden nightstand. This is a crate. Oh, never mind. I guess it does have a drawer. I was gonna say, this is a crate with a tablecloth on it, but I appreciate their attention to detail. We have achieved something. Doing my best to type tiny weird. I failed to type. Okay, so the reason I think I stopped using this add-on was because, like, many things, including housing decor, just don't show up in it for some reason, which is very annoying. I do have a notice that there will be an ad in 15 seconds. Thank you for your service, Photon Debugger. Last stream, we actually earned a full 20 cents. So the first... Oh my gosh, Otter! The first stream, it was 2 cents. Last time it was 20 cents. Let's shoot for 10. See you in a bit. Hello, Songville. Welcome to special just Songville stream time. I love how, like, the odd, like, World of Warcraft's like, we're gonna make an animal, we're gonna call it the real world animal, but we still want it to feel like a WoW version of it. How do we do that? And their answer is always spikes. 100% of the time, the answer is spikes. And I do think that's funny. Photon Debugger is still getting to watch the otter. Alright, well, there's an ad in progress for somebody. Congratulations if it's not you. The baby ones? Where's the baby ones? Babies! Otter pup. Oh my gosh. Admittedly, I think their faces are kind of terrifying. I actually, looking at this more, I don't like the baby ones. This is my baby. I'm gonna stick with this one. I like this one better. Their mouths are a little much. Yeah. And they have, like, pug faces for some reason. I feel like the way that I should do streams in the future is I'll start the stream with the generic title about what it is, and then 15 minutes in, or 20 minutes in, once it feels like it's going, I will just get the chat to decide what the stream should actually be called for archival purposes. I feel delirious. Like, I usually don't actively feel so silly, but I feel like the longer I'm talking and the longer I'm on stream, like, the more everything is funny, and I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. I honestly don't, like, this is a feeling that I very much associate with, like, being up all night, and now it's 4 a.m. I don't know that I have ever felt this way when I actually, like, woke up. Songwell says she's enjoying the stream, but possibly I should stop and go take a nap before work. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned, to be honest. I mean, it should be an easy day at work. It does involve driving, though. Craft. Today's not gonna be a good day for me to use, like, the band saw at the makerspace. We're gonna stay away from sharp tools that require coordination. Songwell says, yeah, don't be around power tools. Don't do this. I think the thing is like, I'm super tired, but also I feel antsy too. So, like, if I was 2, I would have a tantrum right now, I think. Because laying down sounds really boring, so I don't want to do that. But also, I feel very silly, and like I am going to just doze off simultaneously. Welcome back from anyone who is on the ads. It does say that y'all are back now. I feel like I should run, like, a second computer not logged in on my own stream so that I can tell when the ads are actually happening, because I just really have the sense that, like, the thing that's telling me when they're happening is not true. The music in the housing areas makes me feel, like, crying after experiencing like a deep moment of release, which I think is the idea. Like, you're supposed to feel peaceful and like you've come home, but it makes me feel very emotional. Photon says there's a really weird delay when they start. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, like, it's... And maybe I should be on call or something with Songville one time, because I definitely can tell there's a big delay between, like, what I'm seeing and when you guys get to see it, but it doesn't delay chat messages. So I think I'm, like, 15 seconds ahead in time of all of you. I don't know what else we should do in World of Warcraft right now. I'm enjoying hanging out and chatting, and the housing area is very beautiful. Maybe we'll just ride around and look to see if anybody has really impressive exteriors to their houses. There was somebody who, like, had built a whole, like, giant rock thing up near my forest house. Songbell says, could you see if anyone... Yeah. I think she wanted to look at houses, so that's what we're gonna do. Usually I have so much more energy than this. I mean, I think I'm still funny, but I'm not, like, delirious laughing. I really hope I sleep more tonight. But it's interesting, too, like, observing my own something. I can tell I must put, like, a little bit more energy on when I'm streaming without realizing it. Because I didn't notice the extent to which I was tired, or like how silly I felt at all until I was like 10 minutes into stream. So here's somebody who... I've seen this one here for a while, so I know they added the row of trees. It's a very tightly spaced row of trees. They also have kind of an outdoor wash basin and a dragon head of the ground. I feel like they were just looking at stuff. Looks like a test ground. More than a decorated space. We're gonna go over to by where my house is, and see what that's looking like. Da, da, da. I feel like I should just... I don't know. I need to, like, practice actively making choices about what I do with my time. Or, like, where I spend time with my eyes on things. Where, like... Right now, I choose based on, like... I guess whatever, like... holds my eyes there is what I go looking for, or like I just go places until something holds my eyes there. But I need to like more actively be like, I should pick something that's beautiful and peaceful or whatever, and then I would choose to just come and like run around and stare at things in World of Warcraft instead of like refreshing Reddit. Photon says probably just a public versus private facing thing. Yeah. I don't know, or maybe, like, just in the silence, like, with no... Like, there's no marker for how silly I felt when I was just... Or, like, how tired I felt because I didn't notice that I was, like, doing things at a much slower pace or something, maybe. And then now that I'm streaming and chatting with you guys, I'm actually really aware of, like, wow, it's taking effort to go as fast in a conversation as I normally would. I hope you all are finding it amusing, and particularly for Songvale, not super worrying. I'm fine, I'm just very tired. Songvale says that she's getting sleepy. You think it's because you're listening to my tired voice? I'm making her sleepy and concerned. Oh yeah, this is still here. So somebody, like, used a bunch of rocks to build up where they put their house on, to kind of give themselves this rocky thing. I thought that was cool. Photon Debugger says, it's fine, she's also tired. Alright, this stream is now called Slumber Party. 11 a.m. Slumber Party. Yeah, it has kind of a cool cliff effect. But I think it's also cool with the neighborhood where, like, they gave different... Maybe they're, like, biomes. So, like, there's a few plots mixed in here where it's, like, you live on this farm. Or there's, like, a bunch that are, like, oceanfront or in the woods or, like, by a river. Like, they tried to do... Despite the fact that there's only 2 neighborhoods, in each of those neighborhoods, they tried to create, like, a bunch of different neighborhood vibes. Sungo says, yeah, it makes me want to have a bunch of different houses. Yeah. I know there's some tree houses out here. So here's somebody who built a tree house. Camera, please. Managed to set that up. That was cool. There's some bigger tree houses out here. I used to have this plot. Somebody else is taking it over, and it seems like they're enjoying it. They've decorated it nicely, actually. I like the trees and stuff they have going on. This treehouse is very impressive. Look at this. Like, I don't know what these are. They seem kind of, like, weird and chopped off. So maybe they're tables of some kind? But I think their color scheme on their treehouse is very, very awesome. Pongo says, also a big difference between WoW and Final Fantasy is that there are plots and only one person can have each plot in a specific neighborhood, but there are a million instance neighborhoods. Yeah. So, like, if all the neighborhoods are full, they just, like, a new neighborhood is generated. You also can do charter neighborhoods, where, like, you get people together to, like, make a neighborhood with a specific group of people. This is just, like, anyone from any server, anywhere. Well, within regions. So, like, this is anyone in the North and South America regions, I think. But there won't be anyone from Europe, and I'm pretty sure there's no one there from Australia, but I'm not sure. Or, like, if you have a guild, you can do your neighborhood for just members of your guild and stuff, too. Photon says, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV, you gotta get lucky for a house, but you can get an apartment in Final Fantasy XIV, but it's only 1 room. And she thinks it's cool you can group up with your guild. Yeah. I keep debating looking again for a guild. I found one that I was trying out, like, back in, like, February and March. But then, like, right after I joined, the person I thought was, like, the most interesting left for unclear reasons. And the other people were okay, but I just didn't really quite hit it off with them, and sometimes they were, upsetting for me personally to be around, just with where the conversation went. And ultimately I kind of quietly departed, and nobody noticed or reached out, so at least there was no drama about it. And now there is peace. Like this waterfall with rainbow situation. That's lovely. And an otter! The otter just got a fishy! Oh, good job! Good job, otter. But yeah, I don't know. I might look again for a guild community. I also could do better about quietly playing by myself for myself. Oh, but that doesn't make for a very good housing experience. Photon said that she did get into a random guild in Final Fantasy XIV, but they're always doing endgame content. Did you have, like, a max level character, or is it, like, difficult to gear up? Basically, my question is, why weren't you doing in-game content? Endgame content. She was in the second expansion, so she couldn't. Just not high enough level. Oh, I see. World of Warcraft has really broken their leveling stuff. Trying to, like, make sure people can get to the endgame stuff as, like, fast as possible. Or at least, like, the current expansion. In fact, their most recent level squish, this is what really took the wind out of my sails the last time I tried to play WoW. They did, like, item level squish. But what happened was it made a number of the, like, lower level potions and foods, like all of them, now give, like, instead of an appropriate amount of health for whatever level, they give, like, 0 health over 16 seconds or something. Like, the squish was so aggressive that it made a number of items just actually do nothing. Where, like, you drink a potion that is supposed to, like, give you an armor buff or something, and it gives you +0 armor, and that's it. And, like, they don't seem to be intending to address it because the general demeanor of, like, especially the player base, which I think is why it's like this. The player base is like, only endgame content matters and everything else is in the way. So, like, of course, development time and resources are only being put into stuff that's, like, for endgame players, and I find that very annoying because I like the journey. I like leveling up. I'm, like, becoming more interested in finding all the, like, obscure buff food and potions and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna go play through WoW and just do it at my own pace and discover all this stuff. And what I discovered is they just broke all this stuff. That was very frustrating. Photon says, unless you pay, though, they're changing how gear leveling works now. It does make her want to go back and play, but she thinks she'd want to try to do guild roleplay stuff or something to force herself into doing more social things. Yeah. I would like a positive, wholesome social experience. And that is hard to find anywhere right now, including, unfortunately, in World of Warcraft. I don't know that we're gonna do anything else here today, folks. I'm enjoying chatting. But I feel like even if I wasn't talking, I'm not sure I would have the mental bandwidth to do anything other than, like, run around and forget what I was doing. So, just so you know, if you're here for World of Warcraft gameplay, that's not happening. You can watch me run around in this neighborhood while I talk to the chat. Photon says, yeah, it's an issue when the old content is left behind. It makes it less enjoyable for new players, and old players don't care. Yeah. And I think, like, for a while that's fine, but the reality is, like, old players, like, stuff happens. They lose interest, they get busy or whatever. Like, you do need new blood to keep games alive and to, like, build up player investment in what's going on right now. Like, it's a very much a long-term investment, that if you lose eventually will bite you. Songwell says, should I do gathering? Maybe in, like, a zone with really not dense foliage. I feel like literally just, like, and maybe this is fine, but, like, honestly what I feel like doing is just running around in the world of Azeroth, and I have just hit the wrong button again. And on the one hand, it's like, what is that? That's not doing anything, but it's like, that's exactly what I feel like I'm used to do in video games that I don't anymore, and what housing is for, right? Like, it's just for hanging out. You don't achieve anything. I mean, you kind of achieve a cool space. Ooh, this is cool. This person's house is on floating rocks. Look at this. It's just totally floating in the air. I wonder how you get up there. I mean, like, you fly, like, obviously. But look at this. They didn't put anything down on the ground. It's just floating up there. Longwell says, that's fair. She's finding out that she's too dumb to do circle math right now. What is circle math? Ooh, this person put a wall around their thing. And a giant wyvern. Ooh. This is cool. Look at this. They got a basketball court that they used little beams to make. And a gong and some training items and a gate to get in and out. Oh, it's a stadium. You see the chairs? What do you think the odds are that we will get thrown out if we go in here? Probably high. I bet they have the no visitors thing on, given that they have a wall. I really like this. I want to go in. I'm hoping we can go in. Yay! We're not being thrown out. This is cool. And they're like really thoughtful about it. So here's how you get over to the training area. And they actually have an outhouse with some crates stuff next to it. Cool. Cool. Oh, and you can click onto the chair and go in the outhouse. See, people are making some really detailed stuff. Alright, let's see if we can go in their house. Oh, we can! This is cool! Whoa! Look at this! They made a staircase out of books! This person is awesome! Look at this! How cool is that? And we got a couch, a little pet on it, and some to-go food containers, a little chaise, fireplace. This is sick. Alright, what else we got? We're gonna go up the book staircase. We're gonna try to go up the book staircase while we have very little hand dexterity. Open the door. This is awesome. They got books flying around. This must be a mage. Secret den? Yeah, this is sick. We got little chess pieces. Statues. What's this? We got rocks. This makes me feel like I'm in Karazhan. Into an unfinished basement area. I feel like we're gonna come upon their secret torture area, but that's... hopefully... I'm a demon hunter, I can handle it. I will not get destroyed. This is extremely cool. They have built some neat stuff in here. Oh no. Oh no! Let me out! Okay. See, I gotta build some cool house stuff. And I'm gonna... I can do it. I can do it. Please. Please. I'm so tired. So difficult. Okay. Songbird says she thinks she needs to give herself permission to play with her houses and to not know what she's doing. Yeah. That's what I'm at. I think I need to, like, be spending... Oh, there's a secret thing. Oh, it's got the staircase. I'm having a brain fart again. I also just need to, like, just do it. Just hang out. It looks like the rest of this isn't super developed, but what they have is so cool. This is overwhelmingly cool. Yamali, I hope you do not mind that we toured your house on stream. Your space is incredible. I need to build cool things. like your space. Thank you for the inspiration. I love the entering in the complicated library situation. Very cool. Close their doors. Okay, we'll go close the doors. We're gonna close a door that's easier to close first, because we gotta work back up to having the dexterity go up those stairs. Close this one. Do you know, like, will it be persistent, like, the doors staying closed or open for the next person? Because I guess that could be disconcerting if you're like, I closed all the doors and then I come back home and all the doors are open, you know? That could be weird. You're not sure, but you think so. Alright, well, we have closed the doors so that their things are safe. Photon Debugger says, next stream idea, house builder. You know what? Maybe that is a good idea. Next week, hopefully with less sleep deprivation, maybe we'll do a house decoration stream. Fungal says there is an upstairs door I didn't close, but at least the trapdoors are done. Should I go back in? I'll go back in if you want me to. No, it is too late now. Okay. Oh, there are some outside doors I didn't close though. I'll go close that. Here, I'll close this one. There. Fungal says if I go back, we're gonna get caught. She just knows it. Okay. Well, we won't go back in there then. That is a cool house. I gotta do stuff like that. I think what stops me is I just feel like I want to have way more things collected to play with first. And I need to just start where I am. You know? Just start where I am. Well, let's see. I have to walk to work in an hour, a little bit less than an hour and a half. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. Usually I try to go to 2 hours. But maybe I will take your advice and sign off and go lay down. Even if I don't sleep, just being horizontal for another hour might be a good idea. I do have to set an alarm on my phone, because my luck is I'll fall asleep. Or, honestly, I should probably just set an alarm on my phone regardless, because I'm very tired right now, and I am very surprised to see that it's 11:15. So admittedly, I think I should probably just set an alarm regardless, otherwise I'm going to lose my, my sense of what time it is very soon. Okay. Photon says that I should cut short because I'm sleepy. And Songzil says, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's what we're going to do today. I've enjoyed hanging out, but I am a little bit concerned that I am going to be delirious at work. So, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I will drink some water, and maybe I'll go get a snack to wake me up a little bit. But thank you very much for hanging out with us today. Next week, we'll do housing decoration. That could be fun. But next week, I think I'll start the stream with the generic title, and then 20 minutes in, we can all decide together what the stream should actually be called. You are welcome, Songvale. Thanks for hanging out. And Photon says, yep, nap and eat a snack before I go to work. Thanks for the stream. You are welcome. Thanks for hanging out, folks. And I will see you another day. Have a good one.